Hi everybody, welcome. Tonight we're going to be talking about risks versus rewards. But before we get started, I'm going to let you guys hop on. Certainly post a comment, say hello, ask any questions you would like along the way. Bear with me, this is only my third or fourth live, so I'm kind of new. And just so you know who I am, I'm Carol Ward. I am, all of a sudden, sorry, the lighting keeps going back and forth, so it's kind of distracting me. I'm a businesswoman, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm an aunt, I'm a friend to many. I also am an entrepreneur. I am the CEO and business owner of Carol Ward Fitness and carolwardfitness.com. And my mission in life is to help people heal their bodies from the inside out using nutrition and fitness, but also helping them build their confidence, helping them find peace and joy, all while having a ball at life. So thanks for tuning in. I just wanted you guys to know if the lighting keeps shifting, it seems like that's common. I've been seeing that a lot with other people's Facebook Lives. So just know there's nothing I can do to change the lighting in here. I apologize. So bear with me, but thanks for tuning in. So today I wanted to start by talking about risks versus rewards because we're in a series talking about really crushing our comfort zones. And I feel like there's a lot of risk and reward in that. The risk is, getting outside of our way, getting out of our own way, and the reward is the payoff that we get in the end, or the payoff to other people. It might not just be a payoff to ourselves. So I'm going to start by sharing a little bit about my story with kind of getting out of my own way. I've done it in many areas of my life. I have conquered some of my comfort zone in my nutrition and my lifestyle change that I really didn't want to make. And if you've watched any of my videos, you've heard about that before. And I've also conquered some of my fears or gotten out of my own way by also really just, sorry, I saw something come over and it threw me off a little bit. But taking risks by going into business for myself, that was a big risk. Another risk I took was I once was laid off and I took a year off and I completed my degree without another job. So there are lots of risks I've taken. Some are smaller and some are bigger. Some smaller risks I've taken or where I've gotten out of my own way or reached outside my comfort zone is I've run a mud run, some 5Ks. I'm getting ready to do an inflatable race, my very first one with my niece, April 15th. So give me some good juju here because I'm a little nervous about it. But the reason why I feel like it's important for us to talk about comfort zones is that it's easy to live in the comfortable. It's easy to live in, in our little box and stay within it because it keeps us from reaching outside of ourselves. It keeps us from having to worry about what other people think. It keeps us from having to be concerned about failure. And I feel like life, when we reach outside our comfort zones and we challenge ourselves, even if we fail, we're going to grow from it if we learn the lessons from it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about something that happened to me years ago. I was in a speech class for college and I really was so nervous that literally I got up in front of the class and you could tell I was nervous because I was shaking in my voice. And I thought, oh my gosh, I could never ever be in speech class. This isn't for me. I can't speak in front of people. It's terrifying. Fast forward a few years later, and here I am. I have a quit smoking class, which I taught, and I had to get up in front of 45 people and talk with them about quitting smoking, and I had never quit smoking. Now, had I been taught how to teach them? Sure, but I hadn't been taught how to speak in front of people except for that one speech class. That one thing that I overcame helped groom me for this role in teaching people how to quit smoking. I took that forward later in my career where I actually taught, I had to speak to senior citizens about their healthcare decisions. At this time I was speaking to people in groups of 45 to 100 people, And then I took that into my next career, which was working for another insurance company later in life, where I had to speak to employees anywhere from 50 to 200 people at a time. So the things that we fear the most sometimes are going to take us the farthest in life. So for me, that was conquering a fear of mine that's overcoming my comfort zone, coming out of my comfort zone. And the reward for me was that it brought me more success in my career. And it's not always going to be in your career. It might just be in your health or in some other area of your life. I'm going to kind of take a quick look at Dancing with the Stars, and I don't know why that came to my mind, but it did last night as I'm talking about comfort zones, because when I think about the people who decide to go on stage and to put their personal lives on stage, their personal hurts, their triumphs, their successes, but their failures, not just in the fact that they are dancing, but in the fact that they're putting themselves out there, literally sharing their hearts with people. It could really be, it's really tough. And I really respect how they are willing to step outside of their comfort zone. They're actors or they're singers or they're performers or they're in sports, and they're stepping outside of that comfort and they're saying, I'm going to take a risk at dancing. And it doesn't matter how ridiculous I look. It doesn't matter how silly I am. It doesn't matter how much I fail. The fact is I stepped outside my comfort zone and I took a risk, and I can share that. Maybe their kids are watching. Maybe it's someone else who struggled in an area of their life that learned from them. Maybe it's someone who actually thought, I can't get up in the morning to go to work because A, B, C, D, or E, and yet they saw someone on the show that struggled with the same thing. You never really know what your story, what the impact your story might have on somebody else. So it's not so much about just living for yourself. It's thinking about how that risk can shape not only your life, but someone else's. And that's where the reward becomes so huge. So within that, there are several people with Dancing with the Stars that are disabled, who have been disabled. And I think those people inspire me even more. They don't let any obstacles get in their way, and they live outside of the comfortable and familiar on a daily basis. They walk it out. And I don't, I really don't. I mean, I feel like the things that I've achieved or overcome in life have been so small in comparison, but at the same time, I'm so grateful for them because it's so much bigger than some other people. And I'm not comparing. I don't want to get into comparing. I just want people to realize that there's different levels of ways that we can take risks and what the rewards can be. Now I'm going to turn my attention to someone, and I hope I don't have tears in my eyes over him, but he's someone I've been following on Facebook for a while. His name is Ryan Lelf. It's L-U-E-L-F. And we talked today, and he's inspired me, actually inspired my business in a big way. My business is about helping people heal their bodies internally, from the inside out. Well, his journey has been about cancer. He was diagnosed about 1.5 years ago with stage 4 lymphoma, and he decided not to go the chemo route. He challenged every doctor along the way. You talk about taking a risk. This guy took every risk in the book. Not only did he, I'm getting emotional, not only did he take a risk with going against what the doctor said, but he took a risk because he got on Facebook and he posted everything that he went through, all of the trials, because he wanted people to see that there's a different way, even if he failed. And he has gone through different things. He's learned along the way, but he's been really open and very vulnerable with people in his journey. And I think that that's what I've loved the most about him. He had the most to lose by posting on Facebook, because he could have sent people flying in opposite directions and have no one even want to listen to him or to look at him. And now he has the most followers on Facebook that you can have. I mean, friends that you can have. He's maxed out. And not everyone will agree with him, but he has handled the naysayers with grace. And not only that, he has conquered cancer pretty much fully, holistically. And I encourage you, if you really need some inspiration and motivation, go to his Facebook page and follow him. He is a remarkable human being. He is a believer. I'm a believer. We may not see eye to eye on everything, but I love how I've watched him grow. It's been beautiful. And at times, I remember in the beginning thinking, I feel like this can be a train wreck, and I was really nervous for him. And honest to God, he has had so much faith, and he hasn't cared what people thought about him. And he just said, I have support from certain people, and I have faith, and God's supporting me, and I'm going to just go with it, and I'm going to see where it goes. And now it's a platform that he's using to reach other people, not to get anything from them, but to pour into them. And that is the reward I think he's getting back, is that people are telling him that they're so thankful to him for his journey. So I say that to say that I really hope and pray that that the takeaway you have from this episode is that you realize that sometimes the risks you take in life or stepping outside your comfort zone isn't just for your benefit. It is maybe for people who are watching around you, or it could be even for your benefit. Think about Ryan's situation, as not only are his risks resulting in his health, he's cancer free now, but and holistically, but he's also reaching other people and sharing his journey and sharing the pitfalls and just really being able to touch people's lives in so many ways. And now this is how he has been able to translate it into a business. He's also helping the Chipsa Hospital, which has helped him along the way. And so it's a compound effect, I guess you could say. So I really hope that you guys will learn that it's not about people pleasing. It's not about caring what people think. If Ryan had cared what people thought more so than he cared about taking that risk, he might not have taken the risk. So I really hope and pray that you guys have learned that the rewards can be greater than the risks that we take in life, and that it's really important to live your life bold and out loud, and to step outside of your comfort zone, and to know it's going to be okay. To really know that there is no place, there's no way you can fail. If you fail, you move on to something else, or if you fail, you learn from your failure, and your success comes as a result of that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this series. Thank you for tuning in. Certainly go check out Ryan Loaf at his Facebook page. I'll post it below when I'm done with the video. And then, of course, go check me out on my go check me out on my YouTube channel, Carol Ward Fitness. And later today, I should have this up on my blog at carolwardfitness.com. And any kind of comments that you have or questions that you have, please feel free to post those, because I'm open. I want feedback. I want your opinions. I want your input. So certainly share that with me, and I hope you enjoyed it. And thanks for tuning in. I hope you have a great night. Take care. Bye now.